Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, out of his wisdom in his Quran, has made it such that we are able to focus on the things that are most important for us. And as we are in this world, there's a tendency to arrogate ourselves above one another, to elevate ourselves above one another, to imagine or make assumptions about the relative worth and value of one another. Who is better? Who was the first? Who was the one to be sacrificed? Who's the original man? Who has privilege? We all have privilege. We all have privilege. That if you were born with all of the parts of your body, then you have privilege over those who were not. If you were born as a child not attached to your brother or sister, you have privilege. If you were born not being a paraplegic, you are privileged. If you were born into a family where both of your parents were there and they were loving, then you are privileged over those who were not. If you are not an orphan and grew up in a foster home, you are privileged. That if you have a home to live in, you are privileged compared to those who do not. That there's so many ways that the human being is privileged. And one of the things that our religion, it emphasizes over and over and over, is the importance of us to look at those who are worse off than we are in this dunya, and not look at those who are above us, those who are doing better, or we think are doing better. Because many people, oftentimes, we think they're doing better than we are. Rich and famous people, actors. And then those people commit suicide. And you discover that those people are not really happy. They have everything that anyone would also ever want, at least we think. And how many people have we heard in recent years, famous people commit suicide, right? So instead of constantly thinking about what we don't have, we should be appreciative of the things that we have. And I believe this is the message we need to take into the general society, because a lot of people are suffering. A lot of people are suffering. A lot of people are struggling. They really don't know how to deal with their predicaments. I was just with communicating with a family member last night. Similar things that to say to them, think of all the good things that you have. There's people thinking about committing suicide, leaving this life. What about all the good that's happening? Not all the bad. All the things that you do have, not the things that you don't have. And when it comes to religion and morality, we look at those who are doing better than we are. We look up to those who are better than we are in terms of morality, in hopes that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give us the same tawfiq to actually follow in their footsteps, and ultimately to follow in the footsteps of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam.